Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to another episode of our non-league to legend save, and today we're here with the first game of the season and the transfers. As you can see here, there's been a lot has happened, but we'll go through the sells first. And as you can see here, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, he's left. He's gone to Bournemouth for quite a big fee, to be fair. He went from £38 million rising to 43 million. I thought this was a good deal for us, and thought we'd go through and make this transfer happen, because he was kind of on the edge of the team. He wasn't playing every single game, and he was getting in sometimes, not getting in other times. So I thought this was a great deal. The second player leaving the club was Hayden Roberts. Barely got a look in at the team last season, and I got £3.6 million rising to 3.9 in additionals. I just thought this was an easy transfer, get rid of him. Then a little bit of a disappointing transfer, to be honest with you, because we was offered a lot more in January by Chinese clubs. But Filip Benkovic has gone to Napoli for £11.5 million. I wanted more, obviously, because of the £30 million we was offered in January. But unfortunately, he turned those transfers down, and now he's gone to Napoli for a lot less. We let Imran Louza go. He was no use to us, to be honest with you. £8.75 million. Bit of a profit on what actually Leicester played for him in the end, so I'll take it. Then we let Tyler Roberts go to Brighton and Hove Albion. We was not using this guy at all. I know it's a loss on what Leicester actually paid for him, but we wasn't using him. He was kind of useless. We tried to get rid of him a few times. We loaned him out last season to Granada, and eventually Brighton have come in and bought him off of us for £15 million, and I see that as a good transfer. We also let Paco Alcacer go. 17 finishing is completely crap because he is useless. We let him go. He got a few runs in the team last season, but he never performed when he was in the side. So he got dropped, loaned out to Rennes, and now we sold him to Norwich for £13 million, rising to 16.25 in potential add-ons. So yeah, it was just a deal that we needed rid, and he's finally off our books because he was on a lot of wages, and he took a big wage cut actually to go to Norwich as well. So he's out of the door as well. This is the transfer I said I was going to make. Pontus Dahlberg has left, and he has gone to Sevilla for £23 million. I would have liked a little bit more. It's a profit on what Leicester actually paid for him, but I didn't see what the stats showed. I didn't see how good he was. I thought he was rubbish. Yes, he broke a clean sheet record for Leicester, but I don't think he was very good, and the amount of mistakes he made last season was stressing me out, so I wanted rid. He's gone now for £23 million. You can't go wrong. Also, another bit of dead wood off the wage bill. Benjamin Mendy. We let him go for £10.25 million. We didn't make this £19.25 million transfer. That was done just before we joined, and to be honest, I don't know why they bought him after that loan spell for that season. He didn't do well for them. Then they bought him and he was rubbish for us. And now he's gone. Needed him off the wage bill. He was raking in a hell of a lot more than what he's currently on at Sevilla. And I needed him gone. Brahim Diaz, a player that I was not very keen on, if I'm honest with you. We've managed to loan him out, and we're getting £1.5 million in the loan spell as well. He's gone to Burnley in the Premier League. He'll get some game time there. And, well, he's just not going to be in our way. They're paying his wages. They're paying a fee to have him as well. So it's just a great deal. And then the other notable transfer was Thomas Tavares. We've let him go. We weren't overly keen on keeping him anyway. He barely got in the team last season because Livramento was in instead of him. And £20 million. I was pretty happy with that. He's worth 21.5. He was worth 20 when we actually sold him. He wanted to go to the Champions League football. He actually wanted to play some football as well. So he's gone over to Atletico Madrid, and he's completely out of our way. But let's go and talk through all the ins, and there is a few. Now this is the transfer we made last summer. Dennis Behrens, German youth player, 16-year-old. We brought him in. He's 1.5 current ability. Could rise to 5-star. 4-star minimum, apparently. And, yeah, £2.2 million. I'm very, very happy with that transfer from RB Leipzig. And I think he'll be in our team in maybe next season. He might even get a run this season as well. He's very good. Another transfer we made last season as well, last summer. Mamu Mariko. He looks so good. For £9.75 million, rising to 11.75. He just looks like a player that can make it big time. He's 2-star current ability already at 16 years old. Could rise to 5-star. His determination 16, so he should get there as well. He just looks like an absolute beast. He's a CDM, and he can also play centre-back as well. So we're going to get him in there. We got him playing for the under-23s for this season, just so he can get some football. And next season, he may feature in the first team. He looks great. Now, a player that I was trying to get hold of for a long, long time. Destiny Dropping Guy. We've got him back. We brought him back. We had him at Notts County. We paid £23.5 million. £23.5 thousand pounds when we was in League 2 with Notts County. He came in, he dominated, he was fantastic, only conceding 21 that season. Following season, only conceding 30. Following season, after we bought him for Cardiff when we moved, for £3.8 million, he only conceded 24, breaking records. Then he was in the Premier League with Cardiff. He conceded a few more, obviously, because of the leaky defence at Cardiff. We brought him in for £22 million, expecting him to be the first team goalkeeper this season. But some development on that, he may not be. But he is a fantastic backup if that's what he's going to be. And yes, I did say backup. We'll go through that one in a moment. Another addition is Darko Nijasmic. 3-star current ability, 3-star potential. He's a 25-year-old. He just looks like a good squad player to have about the place. And only costing 12.25 million, that could rise to 15.25. I thought this was a very, very good deal just to bolster our squad up with the Europa League football this season, and I'm very happy with this deal. And here is the big transfer I was talking about. 19-year-old, he's got 12 determination, that could be better, 16 handling, 17 one-on-ones, 16 aerial reach, 13 command the area, 14 communication, 16 concentration, 14 reflexes, 14 throw-in, even 11 passing and 15 kicking. He is a beast for 19 years old. He is ridiculously good. And yes, we paid a lot of money for him. Hertha Berlin bought him from Bayern Munich last season for £48.5 million. We've bought him off Hertha for £90 million, potentially rising to £116 million in the long term. But we do have a minimum release clause of £144 million to clubs in the Champions League, so we still could make a profit. He is an absolute animal at 19 years old. 3.5-star current ability already. Potentially 5-star. He just is so good. We could not turn him down. He's just too good to refuse. Another addition. I'm very, very happy with this addition. Jeromino Kachiabue, or something along those lines. 26-year-old, 4-star current ability, 4-star potential, from Argentina. We brought him from River Plate for £6.25 million. For a player of that ability, for these stats, it was a no-brainer to bring him in. I wanted him as soon as I saw him come up on the scout report. I brought him in immediately for that price. He's valued at £26 million. We only paid 6.25 for him. It's a ridiculously good transfer. Very happy to bring him in. And the transfers continue. We brought Mario Götze in on a free transfer after Borussia Dortmund released him after his 8-year spell at the club. For the second spell, he also had a long, long spell for the first year as well. 7 years. So he's just an experienced head. Have him about the place. You know, a little backup if we need him. But Mario Götze is here on 28k a week as well, so he's not even on big wages. It's definitely worth bringing him in for a bit of a backup. Another player for the future here, Nolan Dupois. We brought him in, 2-star current ability, 5-star potential, and yeah, we paid £3.8 million, loaning him back out to the club that we bought him from, Sokshu, something like that. But yeah, he just looks like a good player to have about. So I brought him in. He's 18 years old, and we'll see him in the first team in the long run, I believe, if we stay at Leicester. Now, this is the transfers I'm in about before I made the deal. He's a 3-star current ability, 3.5-star potential, 23-year-old, on loan from Liverpool. He's got 17 finishing, 16 dribbling, 18 first touch. I was looking at him, I was thinking, maybe I could get him involved. He's on loan for the same amount of money we're getting for Brahim Diaz. So that's why we loaned out Brahim Diaz. So we're not actually losing any money at all. So I thought this was a very, very good deal. And also in the contract as well, you can see here optional future fee of £44 million, which I think is worth having an optional future fee. So if he's absolutely phenomenal, we can bring him in. But if he's not very good, then we just let him go back to Liverpool. So I thought this was a very good deal as well. And the transfer business continues. 20-year-old Salah Oulad Mahand from Manchester United. And we brought him in for £14.25 million. I thought this was a great deal, to be honest with you. After looking at his ability and where he would fit into the side, he'd be a great midfielder. We're getting rid of Goretzka. And, 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. He just looks like a good player to have about the place. He's 20 years old. £27.5 million he's valued at already, so it's much more than we paid for him. Very good addition to the squad. But we were not done at that point. We brought in Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He's a 3.5-star current ability player, and that's his potential as well. At 26 years old, he's valued at 39.5 mil, and we bought him in for 26 from Manchester United, just 26 mil straight up. They lost a lot of money on him. They barely played him over the save, to be honest with you. He's not been a regular, and I thought just to bolster up the English talent and the trained in England players for our Europa League side, and also a great backup to replace letting Tavares go, I thought Wan-Bissaka was the perfect addition. And the final transfer so far, Alain Ogier, bought him from Man City. He was on loan to Reading. They just loaned him out to Reading, but I seen him come up in the scout report for 22.5 mil, and I thought this was a no-brainer. He's too good to turn down. I brought him in because he's a potential future first teamer. He could even be involved this season. He's just so good. He's 6'5" as well, 18 years old, 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. He just could be unbelievable for us. So I had to bring him in for the fee that he cost us. He's going to make us a profit in the future or get into our first team almost immediately. I could not turn him down, and he will become trained at the club by 21 years old too. So it's just a no-brainer to bring him in. But that rounds up our transfer business for now. We have a couple of other deals in the making. We spent £211 million. We've made £145 million. But there are potential transfers still to be made. But let's go and run you through our starting lineup for the first game of the season against Wolverhampton Wanderers. So, for our first team selection of the season, we got Maradi in goal making his debut, Livramento at right back, Schurz, McNerney, and Luke Daly, who's actually, I think, competing in his first game for us. Yeah, youth player, 22 years old. We're bringing him in for the injured Luke Thomas. Chidori in the CDM role with Bellingham and Kakiabue. I need to learn how to say that name. But yeah, he's making his debut as well. Hudson-Odoi on the right, Gabriel Veron on the left, and Escudero up top. Now the plan this season is to be aiming for Europe again, as Pierre Schurz takes the first free kick, the first highlight of this season. Hudson-Odoi makes it 1-0. We were contemplating selling him in the summer due to his injury woes. He had so many injury problems last season. I'm hoping this season he can break into the first team and actually stay in the first team. But there he is with the first goal for us this season. And like I was saying, we're aiming for European football again this season. And hopefully we can maybe even break into the top 4. And then we don't have to leave Leicester. If we have to leave Leicester and progress, we're going to lose a lot of talent at the side. So I would love to stay in Leicester City and progress them to the Champions and to the Champions League. But if we can't do it, we can't do it. But so far, 1-0, very, very good start. Half-time, 1-0, Callum Hudson-Odoi's goal. And as I was saying about trying to keep him fit, he's already got a knock. He's very frustrating to manage. He's a very, very good player, but every time he plays, he gets injured. And it's actually doing my head in. But we're going to have to sub him off. He's got a potential knee injury, as always. Some sort of problem with him. Let's get him off and let's bring on Karamoko Dembele. Another highlight. Kabukiao. I need to come up with a nickname for him because I cannot say the guy's name. Another chance. Thrown in. Chidori needs to press him. Godfrey clears it away for Wolves. McNerney heads it forward. Chidori collects the ball. Gabriel Veron switches it out to Karamoko Dembele. Loses the ball to Nathan Ake way too easy. Now Nabry. Vendel. Ake gives it away to McNerney. Gabriel Veron. Out to Daly. Daly, cross it. Daly, unlucky. Cleared away by Ake. Livramento, Chidori, Schurz. Back out to Dembele. Dembele, cut inside. Dembele's done well. Livramento gets his goal, first goal of the season, and it's 2-0. We've doubled our lead. Very, very good football. We held onto the ball quite nicely there after a few sloppy passes. And Karamoko Dembele picks out Livramento, who was running in there, which I expect our fullbacks to be doing regularly, and it's 2-0. Making a change here, Escudero, who's had a quite dead game, bringing him off for Behrens to give him his debut, and also was going to look at another change as well. We're going to bring off Geronimo for Salah Olad Mahand, and we'll put him in that position, or should we put him here? No, he can play in the box-to-box, I think. Let's just check. So that's the change we'll be making, and hopefully we get no injuries going forward. Highlight for Wolverhampton. Ake, Vendel. Ake, Winks, Vendel again. Meunier. Meunier taking on Daly. Daly with a good tackle. Meunier gets it back, crosses it in, McNerney clears it away. Can we counter-attack? No, Godfrey gets the ball first though. Gabriel Veron's pressuring him. Meunier to Winks. Meunier again. Winks. Wolverhampton passing the ball around us too nicely now. Bruma. Vendel. Out to Nathan Ake. Ake crossed it just wide of the post. That should be a danger sign though. We need to wake up. Now another highlight instantly from that one. Jose Sa. Loses the ball there to Olad. Bellingham. Dembele. Dembele with the cross. Behrens! Yes! The youngster gets his goal on his professional debut. Dennis Behrens with the goal. Getting our third goal of the year. Third goal of this game. Dembele, beautiful cross. Behrens with the flick on header. Nothing Sa could do. 3-0. Another highlight here. Not that 3 goals is enough. We could maybe push for a 4th. Hopefully we don't concede. Meunier crossed it in. Oh my god. What has Muradi just done? We've paid £90 million up front for him to be doing stupid stuff like that. Bruma scores for Wolves. We lose our clean sheet. Meunier with a cross. And Muradi's just missed the ball. Oh my god. And that is full time. A 3-1 victory. Should have been 3-0, but Muradi made an absolute shocker. Howler at the end of the game. But very good result. Good win for us. And we're going to go and see where you'll be rejoining us. Now this is something I didn't know. Dennis Behrens has become Leicester City's youngest ever goal scorer. Wow. Brilliant from him. Right, so the next episode will be West Ham and whoever we're playing in the Europa League group stage. So that'll be the next episode. West Ham and the UEFA Europa League group stage match. So I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you are new around here, please subscribe for more. If you enjoyed this, leave a like. And I've been Chris12 LFC, and I will see you later.